Nader and Aram lead a house church in Iraqi Kurdistan and are also doing significant ministry to Kurdish refugees, especially those in the camps. They are passionate about bringing the hope of Christ to those who are without hope because they know what it's like. Nader and Aram are brothers, and they grew up in a Muslim family in the unstable and volatile country of Iran. Their world as they knew it would change forever after Aram was seriously injured in a car accident in the year 2000. His body was badly injured and he suffered severe head trauma. The then 19-year-old says he literally died at the hospital and encountered God.
I felt in peace. It was amazing, unbelievable peace. Then, at that time, I went back to my body and I saw the people around me and also the doctor. They tried to bring me back to the life. They had the things like the shock, electric shock, to put it on my breast and bring me back. And the monitor was like, this line was straight and it came again.
Aram says that's where his story with the God of heaven began. He had more dreams and visions and eventually began a relationship with Jesus. He shared his experience with his brother, and Nader too had an encounter with the Lord and decided to follow Christ as well. By 2003, Nader and Aram were active in reaching Iranian Kurdish Muslims with the gospel, and that caught the attention of government officials. The brothers were harassed and threatened in order to get them to stop their Christian activity. So they fled Iran and came here to Iraqi Kurdistan.
So many people, many youth people, they came and joined the group. So they find out about that and they were trying to find all these people through us, and we escaped.
Aram and Nader were missing their family, but their Christian faith was deepening, and so was their desire to serve Christ. After being baptized in 2004, the brothers and some of their friends started a house church and were sharing the gospel with Kurdish Muslims, many who came from Iran.
When we tried to convert people, the Iranian government, they find out about us, then they didn't like it. And they make a lot of pressure on my family to bring us back to Iran.
So the Iranian government arrested their father and tried to force him to convince Aram and Nader to return to Iran. Their father refused, and as a result was beaten up and tortured.
After beating him up hard, when he released from the jail after 10 days or a week, he's dead. What you did, that your father is die. So yeah, you will feel guilty.
It was a really hard time. We were under pressure and harassed and missing our family and our dad. But we also had happiness inside, and we had Christ. He appeared and said, "I am your heavenly Father."
Nader and Aram have been kidnapped 3 times and taken to the Iranian consul in Iraq, accused of being spies because of their Christian activity. On the first occasion, a government official from Iran threatened them.
He said, according to the Quran law and according to the law that had been made in Iranian parliament, you should be executed and you should be die because you change your background and you are like dirty on there, so you should be removed.
Nader's wife Catherine and her family are from Baghdad and have experienced firsthand the wrath of Al-Qaeda. The Islamic terrorist organization bombed their church and many other church buildings in the Iraqi capital. The family is now living in northern Iraq in a house with other families, including Nader and Aram's widowed mother. Catherine says, "We have hope, but we have no future," expressing the uncertainty and despair shared by many Iraqi Christians. In spite of the threats and danger, Nader and Aram will continue to bring the gospel to the Kurds and anyone else who will listen.
Because I have a very powerful and strong person behind me and giving me backup, and that is Jesus Christ.